So for this now we need to choose formula field. Okay, we don't have formula field, so we need to create a new resource here. Select the resource type, it's a formula. Now I'll give this as due date. I'll give name as due date. Okay, now let's take it for the date, and here we're gonna enter our formula. So formula will be today plus, let's take it for 3 days, and then check syntax. Yes, it's valid, and then done. So yes, we have chosen this one also. Now the last one is description. Description. So for this field value will be auto field auto created follow up for case. I'm gonna take here var case id. Okay, and then that's it. Yes, so everything is done now. We have taken all these things. Now if you see here, you might get doubt that why we have only taken these fields, what is the use of these fields. Okay, so if you see here, we are creating a new task record, right? So this new task record is linked to the same case, and it has the same owner and has a due date, subject, and a description, right? So that it is ready for the user to see and act on it. So why we have chosen here subject is the title of the task, like it is an email or a subject line. So that's why it's like a title of the task, and so that when the user sees this task in the Salesforce, they immediately know what it's about. In our case, like follow up on the closed high priority case. So in simple words, it tells the user what to do if we skip it. What to do if we skip it, the task would appear blank and confusing in the activity list. Okay, then we have something called as here we have taken due date, right? So the date by which the task should be completed, this means the date task should be completed. And to make sure that follow-up doesn't get forgotten, so we are setting it with some the formula field. So we have created some formula field here. Okay, so we have created a formula field. We have set it for 3 days, I think. Then it's like saying that, hey, do this by 2 days from now on. It says that way. Okay, so if we skip this one, the task will be still created but without any deadline, which means it need to be ignored. Okay, then we have something called as related to id, right? So what this do is it links the task to another record. In this in our case, the case that triggered is the flow, right? So that we use this when the user opens the case, they can see the task listed under the related tab. So in the simple words, it connects the task to the right case. So what happens if we skip it? The task would be created but it wouldn't be linked to the case, so which defeats the purpose of the automation. Okay, then we have something called as owner id. So owner id came into this assigned to id. So it determines who the owner of the task is. So we set it to same owner has the case, so the person who handles the case also handles the follow-up. so it makes sure that right person get the task. What happens if we skip it? The task might be assigned to the default system user or nobody, right? Meaning no one will be notified, right? And then we have something called as status, right? So this is like a current state of the task, like not started, in progress, or completed. So we use it when we use it is we use it while we setting it to the not started, means it's a fresh new task waiting for the owner to act on it. So it tells the system and the user that this is a new task to begin with. Okay, so if we skip it now, the task might get created with an empty or default status. And then we have taken another field called as priority, right? So it means the urgency level of the task. Okay, like since the original case was high priority, the follow-up task should also reflect the same urgency, right? So it keeps the important consistency between the case and the task. So if we skip it now, the task might show up as a normal priority and not get attention quickly enough. Okay, then we have something last description field, right? So it's like a longer note explaining what the task is about or what need to be done. Okay, so to give this the case owner clear instructions like follow up with the customer to ensure the satisfaction, right? It's like a leaving a note for the user. Okay, so if we skip it now, the user might not fully understand what expected from this task is. So that's why we have used this fields to create a task record. Okay, now let's save this. Yes, now it's done. Now it's done. So now if you want to send an email notification, you can also send it. So I'm not taking that one. Now we need to connect and save this flow, so that now we need to link together we need to link all this together from start element to the check case condition. And then we need to connect the high priority closed path to create flow up task, finally connecting the default outcome to the end element, right? So now what we're gonna do here, now we're gonna click on save here. So here we need to give the label. We'll give it as a follow up task. Okay, let me give it as a follow up task. Yes, follow up task. API name will be given. Follow up task. Let's give something more. Closed on closed high priority case. Okay, and then yes, so now click on the save and then let it get saved. Now click on activate. We need to activate it. Now our auto launch flow is ready, right? But remember, it won't run by itself yet, so we need something to trigger it, right? For that we need we'll use something called as process builder. Okay, now we need to create a process builder. So for that, let me go to home, go to setup. So in the quick find, we're gonna search for the process builder. Yeah, process builder. In the process builder, let it get load. Okay, now click on new. So now what we're gonna do here, all flow builder is a future low code. We have already created a flow builder. Now create a process builder. Now I'm gonna give the name as a trigger. Okay, I'm giving it as something called as trigger follow up flow on high priority keys, okay. Then let's give this one. Then we start the process when we process when this need to get triggered. So here we have three options here: a record get changed, a platform event message is received, or it's invoked by another process. So here we're gonna start with when a record changes. Okay, now click on save. Yes, now here what we need to do, it started. Now click on the object here. So here we're gonna choose object name, case object. Yes, only when a record is created. Yes, now let me just click on this. Now save. Yes, now we have created this one. That's done. Now we need to add the criteria. So the criteria name will be something called as like high let's give something called as high priority closed. High priority closed. Okay, now conditions. Yes, we are gonna set the conditions. Now we'll need to add some conditions here. Let me add the conditions. Status. Yes, choose status should be equals to closed, right? Yes. Then we have another one, priority, right? That's what our right. Now we're gonna choose another one here, priority. Yes, priority, choose this one, and the priority should be equal to high, right? Now click on save. Yes, now we need to add something called as immediate action. So here we're gonna take the action type as we have created the flow, right? Click on flow. So now select let's just give some API name for it. Let's just first give this flow type. So the flow type will be follow up here follow up task. This is our yes. Now we need to give some API name, right? Let's give some API name to this. Let's give something name like action name will be like immediate flow something, immediate flow, something like that. Now here what we're gonna do is we want to map the input variables here. So for that we need to select now adds, we need to select the variables now. So first one will be the variable case id, and its value will be, let me just type it, this one, case dot id. Yes, now let me add another one. So we have more, right? Let's take priority now. So we'll just copy this one and paste it here. Priority. Yes, now add another field, another variable. Now let's go with status, and we're gonna take the same thing, and here then gonna add another variable. So here we're gonna take owner id, right? Yes, owner id. Yes, and then sorry, now let's click on the save. Yes, we have given the immediate flow and done. Yeah, it's done. Let me just save this and let me just activate it. Yes, let me confirm it. Yes, so now it got activated. So now we have now connected our auto launch flow to run automatically through the process builder. Okay, so now let's go back. Now we need to test the flow, right, whether it's doing correct or not. So let me go to home now. So let's go to service app. Now let's click on any case. Let's take this record itself. Let me just edit this one now, details. Now let me edit it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna give status as closed. Okay, I'm gonna give this as high. It's still not working. Let me just save this. So case has been updated to medium to high. Let's wait for a few seconds.